Hi, my name is Heather Pogue. I just finished my 21st year of teaching. Most of my time in the classroom has been in kindergarten, but I've also taught first grade, pre-K, 2-year-olds, and I also currently teach undergraduates who are pre-service teachers. I started using DonorsChoose around, I think it was 2008. It's been around since 2000. But I had just started at a school and I had already used my PTA money for the year and just was in a place financially where I didn't want to spend any more money. And I wanted a puppet theater for kindergarten for dramatic play. So I heard about Donors Choose and I got on the website and wrote a proposal. It was fairly easy, and I still think it's fairly user-friendly. The process has changed a little bit. I'm going to kind of walk you through that in a second. But I posted the project, and I would say that it funded within 2 days, fairly fast. And ever since then, I've just always been of the mindset that I should have a project posted because you never know what's going to happen. There was one year, I want to say it was 2017, 2018, where every project on the website was funded. They called it flash funding. That hasn't happened recently, but I have had over 200 projects funded just by always having a project posted and utilizing opportunities like matches and I think the right times of the year of having projects posted where communities and individuals want to support teachers. So this is a link to my Donors Choose website. So if you don't have an account, that would be where you would start. You would go in and sign up for an account. I use my personal email, and I think they encourage you to do that now. But create an account, and once you have an account, it'll ask you what grade you teach, basic information like that. But once you create an account, you can go in and it'll ask you teaching details. I was like thinking of the word. You can create a project. And so there's a limit of projects you can have posted because part of the process is you have to, once you have a project funded, which these are some that funded before the school year was over, you complete a thank you package. And that includes sometimes written thank you notes, an impact letter, and pictures. And that process has also been, I would say, really beneficial just because I think sometimes, based on how you complete your thank you packages, donors return to you and give again. But you go in here once you have a profile and you can create a project. And so you click on it and it'll ask you if you're doing professional development, a classroom project. One of the things that you need for Donors Choose is they, when it first started, you had to collect points based on your timeliness for returning thank you packages. And so I have had so many projects funded that I don't have to worry about that. But when you're creating a project, it'll ask you the number of students in your classroom, and then you keep going. And the vendors have changed throughout the years, but they have vendors like Amazon and Lakeshore that people use commonly. But in the instance where I created the project for Yoga for Classrooms, I did what was called a special request. And when you create this, you link it to the vendor's website and then you give them details about shipping fees and all of those things. So I wanted to go back to this and show you the project that included my Yoga for Classroom. I think that one benefit of writing a Donor's Choose is thinking through how you can group things together that are going to be connected. I love book projects, and I also love projects that are going to help me support social and emotional learning in the classroom. And that is what I did when I asked for Yoga for Classrooms. So as you can see right here, I asked for step 2. And then it categorized that. And then I asked for some books about social emotional learning and then some sensory tools. One thing that I've learned over time is if you can keep this materials cost at a lower number, they're going to naturally add in fees. But I think projects that are less than $400, especially for your first project, they tend to fund faster. Um, Looking at the info sheet for DonorsChoose, I would say that I think I put it on here, tips and tricks, um, making sure that you're utilizing opportunities like if a project has a match. So if there is right now, some of the Disney Corporation is matching projects. And so utilizing that to help fund projects. And then also times of the year, like back to school is a common time for, I always want to make sure I have a project posted at that period of time because communities want to support teachers as a new school year is starting. I talked about getting started in this section, and then I also talked about creating a special request, but I would just encourage you to utilize it as a resource. I also included a referral link and my email address so that you can reach out to me if you have any questions or things that you encounter as you are trying to create your account and your profile, and then also trying to get yoga for classrooms for your classroom or content area. Here's an example of my project page. I have quite a few posted right now, but these are examples of a match is happening. And so I'm going to click on it. There is a corporation or something that is matching. And so it basically, it's a two time. So any donation, if someone gives $5, it becomes 10. So really utilizing those opportunities to help find funding. And I would just encourage you to utilize it um, as a way to, I always say it levels the playing field in my classroom because so many of my things that I have in my classroom, I wouldn't have been able to have without DonorsChoose. And I think yoga for classrooms is an example of that. I don't know that I would have it or have had it as quickly as I got it if it hadn't been for DonorsChoose. And so, again, my name is Heather Pogue, and my email is included in the flyer. If you have any questions or comments or think of ways that I can help support your creation of a DonorsChoose account, a project, or getting yoga for classrooms in your students' area, I would love to help. Thank you.